Today's news. Today's news.
Trump and Biden face off. This will have a very different tone. This is not a reality show. This is reality. Draft opinions on abortion. The Biden administration has secured a win for now. Giant pandas head for San Diego.
Just want to give them a big hug.
Good morning. I'm Deborah Rodriguez with the CBS World News Roundup. The first presidential debate of 2024 is tonight, and both President Biden and former President Donald Trump are headed to Atlanta to try to convince voters they are the best man for the job. Correspondent Linda Kenyon has our top story. Political analyst Larry Sabato says both should have the same goal.
Make the key points from your side and emphasize the negatives of the other side.
But can they do that without descending into the kind of chaos we saw during the 2020 debate in Cleveland?
Will you shut up, Lisa? Who is the
Former Obama speechwriter Sarah Perry says for Trump,
if he is able to seem relatively dignified and not deteriorate into his usual Trumpian chaos, that would be a win for him.
And for Biden,
He needs to offer a vision, and that vision can't just be on that Trump.
or as analyst Amy Dacey puts it,
Defend his record, to set a vision for the future, and then hold Trump accountable.
both candidates are keenly aware this debate could draw the largest audience of the 2024 race for the White House. As for voters and what they want to see and hear, CBS's Jennifer DePinto has results of our new poll.
Viewers mostly want to hear about Joe Biden and Donald Trump's plans for the country and their achievements. 63% most want to hear about their plans. 25% want to see if they have the mental and cognitive health to serve. And about 1 in 10 want to see how the candidates interact with each other.
Abortion rights is all but certain to come up at the debate. A highly anticipated decision on the issue by the Supreme Court may have been mistakenly posted online yesterday before it was quickly removed. If it stands, it would mean emergency abortions in Idaho could resume, at least for now, if a woman's health is at serious risk. Loyola law professor Lori Levinson.
This decision is obviously good news for the women of Idaho who end up in an emergency room and need that type of abortion care. But it doesn't answer the question for other women across America who might be facing similar state bans. So sooner or later, the Supreme Court probably will have to decide this issue. It's just not deciding it this year.
Historic flooding in the Midwest is raising fears food prices will go up again. CBS Minnesota's Jonah Kaplan has spoken with some soybean and corn farmers in South Dakota whose fields were swamped.
Judy and Dave's extended family farms nearly 3,000 acres here.
The water was at least this deep in here.
Now, most of their crop is gone before it's fully grown. Agricultural economist Ben Brown.
That area tends to be one of our prime growing regions in the United States. I think we could see about a 3 million acre reduction in total on corn and soybeans within Minnesota, South Dakota, and Iowa.
Brown estimates the long-term impact on prices will be relatively small as long as other domestic and international producers are able to meet demand.
Overseas, voters in Iran will choose their next president tomorrow to replace the one killed in a helicopter crash last month. Correspondent Elizabeth Palmer is in Tehran.
Inflation is running at over 30%. There are few good jobs for the young, and women are forced to wear headscarves. You might think voters would be all fired up to pick a new president, but not so. Even though the 6 candidates squared off in debate, 5 of them were hardliners, and every single one was cleared to run by Islamic terror. Will you vote on Friday? That's all. Yes, 100%. Hasti told us, this is my country, so I must vote. But almost everyone we spoke to said they'd be staying home. With the supreme leader setting the agenda, they think a new president, even a reformer, won't have the power to make us do it.
An apparent coup attempt has failed in South America. A former Bolivian army general arrested after armored trucks and troops tried to storm the presidential palace. Hours later, they backed off and President Arce appointed a new military commander. It's 4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 52 degrees in Petaluma, California.